Are you pleased with the sentence? You think it was fair?
Abogado Salinas, ¿me podría decir usted cómo se siente por la sentencia?
Bien.
¿Recibió lo que esperaba? ¿Están contentos con el veredicto?
No es veredicto,
No la sentencia.
Nadie está contento.
Usted decía que no debería creer el testimonio de los de Padilla, pero usted no lo quería, no lo tomaron solo con filosofía. ¿Por qué no tomarlo con filosofía?
¿Estás satisfecho con lo que el tiempo que va?
I don't think anybody's happy.
Watch it, see.
Careful. Yeah. Careful, guys.
¿Ustedes van a apelar la decisión de juez?
We're going to decide that later on.
Something in English. I mean, what's your reaction?
You guys will fight with a sign right now. No, nobody's happy with 11 months, but I mean, like I said yesterday, I respect whatever the judge does. And if there's going to be an appeal that's filed on behalf of this, we'll decide that later. The likelihood of that is, I doubt it. I don't think so.
Does it affect your client's immigration status?
No, I don't believe so.
No?
Yep.
And she'll continue to work for you in the 60 days?
Oh, hell yeah.
¿Usted teme que la deporten? ¿Su reacción? ¿Está satisfecha con lo que decidió el juez? ¿Alguna opinión, señora Medina?
You guys are going to get hit by a car. Watch out. Speaking of, we're in. I don't know. Did you guys know anybody else? Huh? But you need to say it. It's not good enough to.
We're not in a
You didn't believe it? You didn't believe him?
I didn't believe him. I don't think you did either.
The judge said he wasn't very credible or reliable. Why not?
Well, because you were there, you heard the testimony. He couldn't. I think the biggest problem with him is that he couldn't admit that he was getting paid to run interference for Tomas Gonzalez's drug organization. I think that was obvious. So, I mean, I respect what the government's done, but I think there's problems with the case.
Si su cliente fuera requerida a testificar en el caso de Padilla, ¿ella estaría dispuesta a colaborar?
No, she's got nothing to say about that. I mean,
Will she testify?
What?
Will she testify?
No, we have nothing to say other than the fact that there's going to be court testimony already that was given already by Padilla on the stand. I mean, I think it was obvious that some real issues regarding his testimony, what he had to say, and I think there's a real big problem with the case in general if it's based just on Padilla's testimony. I'm not privy with everything else, but I did have a lot of problems with what he had to say. You guys were there, you guys heard it, and I think most of the people that were sitting in the courtroom, including the judge, based on the findings, had a problem with what he had to say.
Okay. The judge said she was the lowest of the whole. Is that correct?
Sure. I mean, at one point we were getting ready to go to trial. And I think the public needs to understand that. I mean, I get tired of watching the masses of people that seem to take joy in having people go through this. And I think that everybody's often thrown into this one pool of they're all bad. I don't feel that way about Ms. Medina. We wouldn't have gotten to this compromise, for the lack of a better word, had it not been for the fact that there were a lot of things in her favor as well.
Okay. What about Orlando Cantu? That's his name? Mm-hmm. The guy who impersonated the sheriff. Is he going to face charges?
I don't know. That's a good question, but he's not here. I have nothing against Mr. Cantu, but he was part of this case in the reports. Again, I'm sure you all heard, I don't have anything against Mr. Padilla either. I don't have anything personal against any of the people that were involved in this case. After 21 years, you develop opinions, and I'm a little more critical. I'm not saying the government didn't do its job, and I'm not saying that they're way off course, but on a personal level, even with all the respect I have for them, I think that there were some issues with this.
¿Le pareció creíble o no creíble la reacción de Padilla? O el testimonio, perdón.
No, I did not find it.
Perdón, en español, si puede.
No encontré creíble. Ustedes estaban ahí también, no creo que ustedes tampoco lo encontraron creíble. Y no pienso yo que la Corte tampoco lo encontró creíble. Yo creo que esto nos indica a nosotros que posiblemente hay un problema mucho más grande en el caso este.
Y obviamente está diciendo que su cliente no va a estar testificando, no testificaría para cuando Padilla sea sentenciado.
De todos los hombres que estaban arrestados en esta cosa aquí, le puedo decir una cosa, que una persona que realmente tomó una posición. Y eso se necesita, ¿cómo se dice? You need to have some gonads to do that. She took the position, she's not here testifying against anybody, and she did the right thing. I mean, I think at the end of the day, she did what so many of the people in so many of these cases lack, and that's integrity. And I think there were issues concerning Padilla's testimony today. Again, it's nothing personal, but I think there is a problem with the way he testified today, and I think everybody saw that.
Entonces, ¿le pareció justo la sentencia que ofreció el juez?
The only thing I can tell you is that I
En
respect
español,
it.
si pudiera, perdón.
Respeto lo que hizo el juez. No creo yo que posiblemente va a haber una apelación, pero respeto lo que hizo el juez. Lo dije ayer y sigo con lo mismo. Respeto lo que hizo el juez.
Okay.
And obviously, Pat knew the difference between right and wrong. I mean, why did she go along with what she was being told to do?
Well, I don't. You see, that's another thing that's questionable. I don't have the entire case file, but it's important for the public out there to know that. At one time we were going to go to trial. People do a variety of different things. I mean, if put in the same situation, any one of you guys here would have done the same thing too, regardless of how innocent you believe you are. We'll never know. It's hard to find the truth. It's always in there somewhere in between. But I think in this particular case, I think the judge was justified in what he did. I think the guideline range was appropriate. Nobody wants to do 11 months. She's going to do 11 months, and at the end of the day, I think that this was her way of saying, I just want to get this thing behind me. That's really, in my heart of hearts, I believe she was trying to do. And again, I'd ask the public out there to just hold off a little bit, man. I mean, I hear some of the blogs, man. I mean, it looks bad, and I think that sometimes that kind of hatred isn't good for any of us. I mean, especially if you really don't know the details about what's going on. And I think today, you guys got a small indication, a small idea of what was happening with this case. And I think to some extent, whether you guys admit it or not, you were disappointed with what you heard on the stand. I know I was.
Abogado Salinas, ustedes están preparados en caso